Steve Kerr now has said that DeMarcus Cousins would return around January 18th. Tell us more.
Yeah, weekend in Los Angeles, the Clippers on the 18th, then the Lakers. But the way the Warriors, and in talking to their officials, the way they're really approaching DeMarcus Cousins' return to game action is really the final piece to his rehabilitation process. They've got to get him into game action. They got to get him out on the floor. You can't replicate that anywhere else for him. He has been out for a year. He suffered a major injury, especially for a big man, somebody with his body type, with the Achilles injury. And it is going to take a lot of time and a lot of games for DeMarcus Cousins to start resembling, the all-NBA player that he was before the injury with the Pelicans. And that's the first part of this. And then they've got to integrate him into this team. They brought in great perimeter players. They haven't brought in anybody like DeMarcus Cousins. And he's going to have to adjust to the Warriors. They're going to have to adjust to him. And it may not really be till the playoffs and maybe into the playoffs before he starts to resemble his old self and they start to figure out how to play with each other. There's a long way to go beyond him just coming back and playing his first game potentially on the 18th against LA.
I don't know why, but this is fun, Woj. Thank you. It feels like the storm, it is a coming, and like Klay Thompson said the other day, they're only a third of the way for them. They're not halfway through the season. So you add Boogie to that team. What's the percentage that the Warriors become unbeatable? Your eyes just got really big. Yeah.
Boogie, my guy. A guy that's coming off an Achilles injury, so he's going to have something to prove, as you guys know. He scored more points than any guy in the league that has never participated in the playoffs. So he's going to be excited about this opportunity, playing alongside other greatness. And no offense to the centers that have played minutes for the Warriors this year, but Jones, Bell, Looney, and Jerebko represent one of the lowest scoring center tandems, quadruples, whatever you want to call them, in the league. This guy's all NBA. The Golden State Warriors will be starting 5 All-Stars before we know it.
Is he going to have to adapt? Will the team have to adapt? Is it some sort of hybrid of those two?
Well, he has to fall into a role here. I mean, you already have Curry, Durant, Klay. Obviously, they have set roles, and it's been this way for years now. So he has to try to find a way to fit in. Will he be the same Boogie right away? I don't think so. Chauncey can attest to this. An Achilles injury is tough to come back from. He may not be his same self for the rest of this season. It may take him the season after for him to get back to his old self. But if he could be a guy that can go in there and just be a contributor, be a guy that gets double-figure rebounds, be a presence, draw double teams, knock down open shots, that's all they need from him. And if they win a championship, then his stock goes way back up.
Yeah. Well, I can speak, from experience here. Like, coming back from an Achilles is really tough. You're excited to be back, but it's so frustrating. It really is, because you just can't do the things that you could do before that happened. And Boogie he's a center. He's a big guy. He's 6'11", probably 275, 280. All that weight is coming down on that Achilles, and it's coming down. It's not the Achilles that's impacted when you come back. The Achilles is strong. It's everything else that you haven't paid attention to. I know for me, when I came back, I ended up missing 9 or 10 games with a peroneal tendon issue, which was something I never even heard of.
I just did.
But I worked so hard on the Achilles that it was residual things around the leg and around the Achilles that gave me a problem. So Boogie will be excited to be back, and let's not forget, he'll be on a minute restriction.
Sure.
It'll be a long time before we see the Boogie that we all know and love, but he will get back.
Which is daunting.